carbon dioxide and as well as water, our body will release, our muscle cells will release what it is, lactic acid, and this acid will accumulate on these muscles. So that is only will causes the a severe pain in muscles, understanding, and it does not allow us to move. So that stage is only we used to call it as what? What we should call? Muscle cramps. Is it a sir?
Muscle cramp.
Yes. So the accumulation of this lactic acid in the muscles causes muscle cramps. So if you want to get relief from this, as we know that we have to bath with hot water and as well as or you have to do the massage. Is it a sir? No? So if you do the bathing or else massage, so what will happen? What will happen? It will improve the circulation of blood. Is it yes or no? Circulation, blood circulation will increases. So that if the blood circulation will increases means in the sense of the flow of blood will increases. So if flow of blood will increases means so the supply of oxygen to the muscles will increases. So that once the oxygen, enough oxygen, the required oxygen will be reaches to the muscle cells. So this oxygen will break this lactic acid into two products. What is that? What are that? Huh? What are the products? Lactic acid again breaking into by oxygen into carbon dioxide and water.
Ethanol.
Ethanol. Not at all correctly saying. So once this enough oxygen will be supplied through our blood, so that this oxygen break down the lactic acid accumulated in muscles and it will make it into carbon dioxide and water. So this is what the process will happen. So that only we will feel little bit relaxation once you will do bath with hot water or any kind of massage. Do you understand? So it is understanding. So this anaerobic respiration does not take place only in the muscles of human beings. It also takes place in the muscles of other animals like those who are hunting, understanding, and those who are hunted by this understanding or predators, everything we used to get this kind of this muscle cramps. So that is all we have studied everything. So now if we take a tiger, cheetah, deer, everything they will get this leg cramps due to this accumulation of what? Accumulation of lactic acid. Accumulation of lactic acid in the muscles. Understanding, leg muscles, if they run very fast for a considerable time. So from this we can say that, understand. So if we'll observe very carefully, so even the organisms which can only the aerobic respiration will take place also few times because of heavy physical workout, the anaerobic respiration will take place. So due to that anaerobic respiration, we used to get something that is only called as what? What we should call? Nobody is answering. Muscle cramps.
Muscle cramp.
Understand? So everybody need to communicate. That is what I will express always. You remember, particularly me, communication is most important. If unless until you are unable to communicate, unless until you are unable to express your feelings, then you cannot. You have to sustain with well communication. That is what you remember. So now that is only called as muscle cramps. So how to get relief and what will happen in muscle cramps, everything you have known it. Understand? So if you will observe here, this is all about the muscle cramps. Now you should remember the 2 points. Later we will go for the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. And after that we will go for the next concept. So if it comes to here, the anaerobic respiration, if you take, understanding, anaerobic respiration in plants. In plants means what is that plants particularly, can you able to say? Example also I have taught you. And in anaerobic respiration, if you take, you have to remember these 2 points. Anaerobic respiration and aerobic respiration in plants. Which plants are? Example. And aerobic respiration. Can you able to say that plant name? I have taught you also. Anaerobic respiration, which plant will take place? A non-green plant, which is called
Yeast, sir. Yeast, sir.
So anaerobic respiration in plants. So means in the sense of a non-green plant, which we used to call as yeast. Understanding? Yeast produces in the process. What is the products? Can anybody say? What is the products in this? Yeast will produce what? Yeast will produce what? Yesterday you studied the reactions, correct? What are that? Ethanol. They will produce what?
Sir, ethanol, carbon dioxide, 2 ATP.
CO2 and produce 2 ATP. Sorry, ATP molecules. Is it yes or no? Ethanol,
Yes,
carbon dioxide, and 2 ATP. If we take same anaerobic process, understanding, same respiration in animals, understand? So animals means in the sense of what? In animals means in the sense of what? Humans and all. When muscle tissue, understanding, means in the sense of heavy physical work. Heavy physical work it will do, so that they will produce what, Amma? Anaerobic respiration, they will produce what? What is the product? They will produce lactic acid. Others don't know. Lactic acid and as well as what? Lactic acid and 2 ATPs. Understand? So this is what will happen. So now, anybody, this lactic acid, how we can get relief? What will happen? How we can get relief from this? This lactic acid, accumulation of lactic acid only causing for what? Muscle cramps. So muscle cramps. So how we can get relief? By
using massage.
Understanding. Hot water or massage. Understanding. So if we do massage, so that what will happen? Lactic acid converting into what? CO2 plus
Water.
Understand? So that is what will happen. So all of you should remember, if animals, due to the muscle, understanding, due to this muscle tissue, if they will do the anaerobic respiration, understanding, they will get lactic acid and understanding 2 ATPs. But in plants like non-green plants, yeast can produce, understanding, what it is produce? What can it produce, Ra? It will produce carbon dioxide and 2 UAP. Ethanol, carbon dioxide and 2 EOP, ATP is the final products. Do you understand? So that is all about the respiration. These 2 points you should note it down. Already we have written, but you must remember. Because both are anaerobic respiration. But this is common in a single cellular organisms like yeast, non-green plants, understanding, and some bacteria, understanding. So anaerobic bacteria. But if it comes to the animals, it is not the process which will take place regularly, but because of heavy physical exercise, it will be takes place. So that is why the products you should remember in the both the cases. I hope you understand well. Yes, all of you. Now, so let us go for the most important question. You remember, we no need to follow any kind of guide or textbook, something like materials which they will suggest and all. You have to write our own. That skill I should improve. As my student, if you will continue 1 year, you have to get that skill. So that is what I need. So let us go for, we will write. We don't need to follow any kind of guides or something. Let us make our own differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So you speak, you communicate, come out, understand. So now let us start with you also can keep adding, all of you. Have you noted down the 2 points? Have you noted down the 2 points? All of you?
Yes, sir.
You note it down, everybody?
Yes.
Yes. Now you keep adding. Difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. All of you keep reading. Differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So take your scale. Whenever they are asking differences, remember in exam, not only this subject, any subject, whenever they are asking differences, it must be what? Depend upon the marks, it must be a tabular column. That is what you should remember. That is a way of writing. Presentation should be like that. Whenever we are writing that, it must be a tabular column. So please call to others also. Still so many need to join. So if your friends is there, you please make a call. So write it now first. So construct a tabular column that one side what will come, Ra? What will come?
Aerobic.
Aerobic respiration. Understanding? So aerobic respiration. So we will write our own points. We don't want anybody's copied points. Understanding? So now this side who will come? And aerobic respiration. Understand? Anaerobic respiration will come. So now let us start with that first point. So as we know, what you know about the aerobic and anaerobic? What we will discuss?
Sir, presence of oxygen, absence of anaerobic means without air.
Presence of oxygen.
Presence of oxygen, absence of oxygen.
Statement. Try to use a proper language. Don't say without air, sir, with air, sir. Use proper. Use like the presence, absence, like that words you use and you say.
Sir, presence of oxygen, absence of oxygen.
That is very good, Nitinathan. So if you'll observe here, understanding. So, Pranav, call to Dina and as well as Arya. Tell them to join immediately.
Okay, sir.
That is still, is there any other one? You can tell them, girls, anybody, you tell them. Except Ashika and Prahasini, they have some problem. Remaining all, make a call fastly, your friends. Kimara is there. Kimara is there. Okay. So let us say first one. That is what the language is most important. So aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. That is the first point you should write. Understand? Aerobic respiration takes place. All of you should write. Takes place. Understanding? In the presence of oxygen. In the presence. Understanding? In the presence of oxygen. That is what the first point. Next, if it comes to this side, what will come the first point? What will come the
Takes
first
place
point?
in the absence of takes place in the absence of
You should
oxygen.
write full aerobic respiration. Here I am not writing. Understanding? I am writing here. So aerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. Understanding? Will takes place in the anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence or presence. Absence. Understanding? Absence of oxygen. That's all. So that is our first point. Now, what you know that another one? What is another point? Aerobic respiration.
Sir, aerobic respiration release 38 ATP molecules and anaerobic respiration release 2 ATP molecules.
Only 2 ATP. So from that, you cannot mention that point, but you may observe that 32 ATP and 2 ATP is forming. Means in the sense of where the complete breakdown is taking place. Where it is complete breakdown of food is taking place. Like breakdown of food is occurs in where? Aerobic or anaerobic? Aerobic or anaerobic? If it is complete breakdown is taking place, so that more energy should release. If there is not, then it will release aerobic respiration. That is what you should write. What you said is right, you can write it. So second point, what I'll listen, energy releasing. So here it is releasing 32 ATP, means in the sense of complete breakdown. All of you should write. Complete breakdown of food. Complete breakdown of food occurs. OCCURS occurs. That's all. So how much energy? 32 ATP. You can write in bracket. Understand? So here, partial breakdown of food. Partial breakdown of food.
Sir,
Partial,
38 ATP only, no, sir.
38 ATP, sir.
38, sorry. So 38 ATP. Partial breakdown of food. So that what is the energy? Food occurs.
2 ATP.
Understanding? Food
2
occurs
ATP.
2 ATP. That's all. So now, next. Is it only thing? Next one. What is the difference you can write? What is the products? What is the end products in this? Energy, you leave it. Energy is a common thing. Energy is
Sir,
common.
carbon dioxide and water.
Sir, carbon.
What is the end products? What is the end products? Varshini Bensi is there. Ma, somebody called to Varshini. Varshini also should join. Yeah, tell me.
For anaerobic respiration, it is lactic acid.
Aerobic respiration, what is the products, Ra? The end products in aerobic respiration are
Sir, ethanol.
the end products in aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration. What are that? Respiration are what are that? Carbon dioxide and water.
Water.
But here, what is the end products? You should write full form.
Lactic.
End products, because exam we don't need to buy card. If you remember the equations, you should be able to write. So the end products, we have two types of anaerobic respiration. One is by non-green plants and another one is by muscle, understanding. Yeah, muscle tissues because of heavy physical work. Understanding. That you should remember. So one is the end products, write it. The end products in anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. Understand? Maybe ethanol. What is that ethanol? And tell me.
Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide.
In where? In where? Yeast plants.
Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm.
Yeah, non-green plant, yeast, as well as R. It may be a lactic acid. Understand?
Lactic acid.
Lactic acid. Understanding? In where? Animal
Human.
animal tissue, not in humans, everywhere. Those who can do heavy physical work. That is why you can write animal tissue or animal muscle. Muscles is correct one because muscle cramps. Is it yes or no? Muscles. Animal muscles you can write. Is it okay, Ma?
Okay.
Yeah, that is. Now, fourth point, you can write. Anyhow, energy already have informed here. You have mentioned the energy here. We don't need to write. If not, you can write that point is also the point. That is, anaerobic respiration produces considerable amount of energy. Understanding? Aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration. All of you should write. Aerobic respiration. Understanding? Producers, all of you write fastly. Produces considerable amount of energy. Considerable amount of energy. If it comes to here, what you'll write, Ra? Is it sufficient energy or less energy?
Less energy.
Much less energy. Understanding? Much less energy. Understanding? Much less energy produces. Much less energy produces. Now, this is enough 4 points. Suppose if 5 more question will come, this will ask you, unfortunately. Usually they won't ask. You can write example here. So what you'll write examples, 5th point. Aerobic respiration, what you can write? Example.
Humans, plants.
Human beings, rats, and
Humans, sir.
humans, understanding rats, cats, etc. You can write it. So same way if it comes to this side, examples what we can write?
Yeast, animal tissue.
Examples.
Yeast.
Non-green plants, non-green plant, and as well as understanding anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria. That's all. Do it fast, all of you. So this is what the 5 differences. Do you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Everybody must do it because this is one of the most important question which will usually need to come. That is what I am saying. Make it fast, all of you. Pranav, have you called to the Dina and Arya?
Yes.
Yes, sir. They are not taking the call, sir.
Okay, maybe they are sleeping. Okay, you do it.
I
Varshini,
messaged in WhatsApp also, sir.
okay, have you made a call to Varshini and Shyama? Girls, who is absent, you just find it and carry on. Yeah, is it completed? All of you. Do you understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Everybody must complete. Pranita, is it okay? Completed? Akhil, have you written? Are you writing the notes or not, Akhil? Without that, I won't entertain.
Writing, sir.
Okay. Because you have to, if you want to improve, you must write it. And you have to study also, each and every subject. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Do you understand or not, Akhil?
Yes, sir.
Understand, sir.
Okay. If you have doubt, you approach me. It's not a problem. Dilipan, what are you doing? Nowadays, I am not talking so that sir is not asking anything I can enjoy. Is it happening, Dilipan?
Yes, sir.
I will check. Once. Kevin, is it over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is all about this aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So here the most important part in this, what is that most important part in aerobic and anaerobic respiration? Only the chemical equations. So if you know the chemical equations, you can able to write anything. Is it yes or no? That is what you should remember.
Yes, sir.
Chemical equation, nobody should commit mistake, even a small, I can say that word also. So as well as muscle contraction, muscle cramps. So these are the 3 things you should remember in understand aerobic respiration and as well as anaerobic respiration. Now, let us go for respiration in plants. Shall we start now? So the next concept which we are going to study is respiration in plants. All of you keep heading. Respiration in plants. So still now we have studied the nutrition in plants and nutrition in animals. Is it yes or no? Yes. So the same way we are going to study from now, we are going to study understanding respiration in plants, later as well as respiration in single cellular organisms, and as well as understanding respiration in multicellular organisms. Everything will start. So let us see like here, respiration in plants. If it comes to here, like animals, all of you drop everything and listen, unless until if I'll say you are not supposed to do it. So let us comes to here, as animals, if you'll see, plants also, they need energy. So they are not only the producers, primary producers of food, also they need understanding energy, like in the sense of respiration is a process, biological process, which must be takes place in plants also, understanding to need energy, to release energy to sustain. Understand? So these plants, they will get this energy by the process of respiration only. So whatever the energy they need, like humans, they also will get, like animals, they also will get the by process of respiration. If you take here, plants also use oxygen of air for respiration, and they also will release carbon dioxide like all other animals. As we know that plants can do the photosynthesis reaction. So in that photosynthesis reaction, what will happen, Ra? They will take the carbon dioxide and they will release the What they will release?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Is it yes or no? So in photosynthesis reaction, plants will take the carbon dioxide and they will release the oxygen. If they will come to the same plants, when they are doing the respiration reaction, what they will do? They will take the oxygen, understand, and they will release the carbon dioxide. Now, if you observe here, the respiration in plants also involves the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. It is common for all the living organisms. Understand? Plants or animals doesn't matter. If they are doing, if they want to release the energy, they must take the oxygen inside and they have to release the carbon dioxide outside. So here, that is why we can call it as two gases named as oxygen and carbon dioxide is known as respiratory gases. What we should call?
Respiratory gas.
Respiratory gases. So why we should call them as respiratory gases? Because of why we should call them as respiratory gases? Anybody?
Because
Why
it is
we call
used
them?
for respiration.
Because
Process.
of these gases, because of this exchange of these gases, understanding in the process respiration, the energy is releasing, so that only these are called as respiratory gases. Now, let us discuss if the coming to the plants, the respiration in plants differs from that in animals in three respects. If you'll observe the respiration in humans or else respiration in animals, and if it comes to the plants, it will be varies in three different steps. Understand? We can find the three differences between the animal respiration and as well as plant respiration. Now, that is we will see now. So let us come to the first part. As we know that all the parts of a plant, if we'll take root, stem, leaves, understanding, flowers, fruits, something, understand, they will, everything they will perform respiration individually. That is what you should remember. Understand? All the parts of the plants, if we'll take individual parts, roots can do the separate respiration. It's not like us. Understand? Stem can do, and as well as, who is that? Leaves. So every part of the plant, they can do the individual respiration. Understand? On the other hand, this all the animals, if you take the animals, is it all the animals is doing each our hands is separately, our head is separately, our bodies, legs is separately, our stomach
No,
is
sir.
separately. Is it?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Understanding. Our animal performs a respiration as a single unit. Understanding. Single unit. That is what it will be. Understand? And everything will be together. Exchange of gases only through the lungs and sending out the gases also through the lungs. A single unit it will be takes place. Now, this is the first difference. If you observe the second point, during respiration in plants, remember, there is a little transport of respiratory gases from one part of the plant to the other. Means, while they're exchanging the gases, oxygen and as well as CO2, so these gases inside the parts, understanding means one part of the plant to other plant also, other part of the plant, they will be exchanging little amount. But if you're coming to the animals, what will happen? The transported over along distances inside an animal during respiration. Understand? So only these respiratory gases are fully transported over a long distance inside an animal during respiration. Is it yes or no? Only from our nose only gas is entering. So from there only it is transported throughout our body. Is it yes or no, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But plants not like that. They will individual parts, they will exchange these gases as well as that gas may be shared with the other parts of the plants. That is the difference. Understand? So that is, if it comes to the third point, now, if you observe the plants, the respiration rate means how the respiration will take place, either fast compared to the dog. Do you know dog? respiration is very, very fast. You may notice it. Like that respiration will do. Have you noticed it?
Yes.
Yes. Respiration in dog is very, very more. Means in the sense of the heartbeat. The beating of heart is very, very high compared to us. What is our human heartbeat? 72 per 1 minute.
72 per minute.
72 per.
Some animals, understand? So the heartbeat is more. So what is the, sir, how heartbeat will define? You see, according to the science, heartbeat will define, understanding, the life of any kind of organism. If your heartbeat is less, your life is more. Suppose if you take tortoise will be alive if nobody is killing. It will be 150 to 200 years, it will be alive. Because, do you know one thing? The heartbeat of tortoise is just 20 to 30, understanding, per 1 minute. So that is the reason why it can alive a long period of time. Suppose if we take the human, we people are having 72, understanding, to 80 maximum. So that is why we people are, our age is, understand, almost like maximum now, already 60 to 80 years, maximum lifespan. So this lifespan will be depends on this blood circulatory system, means in the sense of the exchange of gases. Like that, if you take dog can alive maximum 15 years hardly, because the heartbeat is around, understanding, 100, 110 also. When it is in running, you may,
Plus 100 and 110 is there means what will happen, sir? For us, if it is 100 and 110, like the heartbeat is there means what will
die.
happen?
So, okay, we people will die very, very fast. We will get so many problems. Understand? So that is. So many health issues also will come. Everything, the systole and diastole should be controlled. That is why different living organisms having different thing. So that is why our lifespan is also varies. So this is all about that thing. Now, if it comes to the respiration process, respiration is faster or slower, means in the sense of the respiration in plants always occurs at slow rate. Understand? Very, very slow rate. Respiration is very, very slow rate in the plants. But if it comes to the animals, understand? The respiration in animals occurs at a much faster rate. Understanding? Much faster. Why means here only a single unit is taking place of complete respiration, so that every time the energy should be released in a huge amount. But here individual parts are doing the respiration so that they can produce their required energy by individual parts itself, so that the process will take place very, very slowly. So here we have a hurry because the energy should be supplied to throughout the body parts. Every part the digested food should be assimilated. Everywhere oxygen should be reached. Everywhere respiration should be takes place. That is why this process is much faster in animals. But if it comes to the plants, it is slow rate. So this is the three differences, three respects which the respiration in plants differs from that animals. Do you understand, Amma? So now, this is all about it, and these 3 points should be very, very important, because you may get the question. I have seen so many times. Write the difference between the animal respiration and plant respiration. Understand? So by the time we should write this one. So all of you write it. So respiratory gases. Have you written respiratory gases? What are respiratory gases? What
Yes,
are
sir.
respiratory gases? What are
Oxygen and carbon
Oxygen and carbon dioxide.
carbon dioxide? Have you noted down the topic?
Yes, sir.
Oxygen and carbon dioxide are called respiratory gases. Respiratory gases. Respiratory gases. Right. The respiration in plants. The respiration in plants. The respiration in plants. The respiration in plants differs from that. Differs from that in animal, differs from that in animals in three respects. In three respects. In three respects.
Can you say again?
The respiration in plants differs from that in animals in three respects. In three respects. First point. All the parts of plants like root, stem, and what is that? Leaves. Understand? Root, stem, and leaves perform respiration individually. All the parts of plant perform respiration individually. All the parts of plant perform respiration individually. But in animal animal